ಇದಾವ ಆ ಥರ 1 ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ 2 ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಹಾಕೋರು ಇದಾವ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅದು ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿನ ನಾವು ಅದಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ.
ಓಕೆ, see for all practical things 3 dimensional 4 dimensional 3 dimension of space and 1 dimension of time is enough, but we are humans, right? We can dissect how much ever is given to us, we can dissect. So it is often said, some say there are 11 dimensions, some say there are 21 dimensions. Okay, so the most accepted number is, there are 9 also, some say. There are many things. Most it is considered as 11 dimensions. Most of the majority, you can say. So the first 3 are dimensions of space. One is like this, one is like this, and one is like this. X, Y, and Z. Time is the 4th dimension. Rest the 6 dimensions, they are curled up in an atomic, within the atoms. Very small, not the bigger dimensions. Okay, but suppose that 4th dimension, not of time, but of space itself. If there exists a 4th dimension, then they'll feel a little more God than us, as we are for the 2-dimensional things, because they are confined to only 2 dimensions. What the people who are living in 1 dimension, they are confined only to 1 dimension. 2 dimensions means, okay, you have this and this, length and breadth. Okay, length and breadth, you have this, like this and like this. Suppose if you are 3-dimensional, you have height as well. Like that, see, we cannot show the 4th dimension how, because we are confined to the 3 dimensions. For all practical purposes, 3 dimension of space and 1 dimension is fine. But suppose if there is a 4th dimension of space as such, for them many things will be apparent. We are not knowing, we don't know what we are missing in the 4th dimension. It is just like a technology. See, living in 2021, we are so used to the technology, but we are not missing the technological progress of 2050, right? We don't even know what is going to come. So it's like that. We don't even know what they are missing. Suppose there are people living in the 2-dimensional, let's say there are people. They won't be feeling, oh, only 2 dimensions are there, it is limiting for me, I wish I could go to 3 dimensions. No. They don't think in that way. For them, the world is perfectly fine. But if you lived in a 3-dimensional for all your life, suddenly you are transported to 2-dimensional, then you will know, oh, okay, something is missing. I cannot go up. In the front pack, left and right I can go, but I cannot go to the 3rd dimension. So similarly, if the 4th dimension creature will come into the 3rd dimension, we don't know how their world will be, whether they'll feel stuck only in the 3rd dimension. A lot of hypotheses we can say. Dimensions in spirituality, we don't see dimensions as this 3 dimensions of space, 1 dimension of time. There are higher dimensions. Fundamentally, we look at 2 dimensions in spirituality. One is of the material, one is of the spiritual. One is of nothingness and one is somethingness. That's the fundamental 2 dimensions. Nothingness is absolute, it is eternal, it is infinite. Somethingness is also infinite, but still it will keep on changing its shapes and forms. As a universe, the universe is not infinite. As an individual universe, there may be infinite universes, but each individual universe is never infinite. It has a beginning, it has an end. Even time is not eternal. Time is not infinite. Time is finite. Time begins with the beginning of the universe. It ends with the end of the universe. It may take gargantuan amounts of time, still finite. So we see fundamental as 2 dimensions. Nothingness and somethingness. Non-physical and physical. If you look at religions, even they place largely in world and the other worldly. Ours is earth, hell belongs to the Satan, heaven belongs to God. Are different dimensions as such. If you want to call it as dimensions, you can. Scientifically, as you spoke, 3 dimension, 4 dimension. Yeah. That's all.